Yo, what's up? It's your man Rico the opinionist, and tell this thing however y'all want it. Hey man, y'all go ahead and continue to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, I just been coming across stuff. Oh yeah, like, share, and subscribe, and go on over to my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIS2. That's RICOTHE, Opinionist. And that Cash App is always there, $ RicoRiversMSW. RICO, yeah, Rivers MSW. All right, look. Earlier, you know how you scroll through social media and you see things that kind of stand out. And just out of nowhere, I saw this article that was, and by the way, this article I'm about to talk about, I pinned it. It is in the link. It's in the description box. It's on this YouTube, on this Facebook page, as well as this YouTube. In the description box, this article, or you can just go and look this up when I start talking about it. But the article is Simone Biles calls out Riley Gaines. It calls her a loser, and referred to her as bullying the trans community, the transgender men who want to play in girls' sports. Now, of course, just in case you don't know who Riley Gaines is, you can look her up. She was a high school at one time. A high school, I don't know if she played volleyball or basketball, but she was one of the few young people that publicly complained about men playing in women's sports in their school. And so and it went national. And even before the election, it went national. And then after the Republicans won the presidency, as well as other congressional and Senate and all of this cool stuff in 2024, she was invited to one of Trump's State of the Union address, and he acknowledged her. And it's been a spotlight finally placed on this weird behavior. And so she gained prominence from her speaking out. And it was very interesting because I never heard any liberal women or Democratic people talk about the atrocity of these men playing in women's and girls sports. We saw for ourselves how they got into the MMA boxing, and do y'all remember that Jim Carrey character from In Living Color? Hi, I'm Miss it's nice to meet you. Oh, he had the two ponytails up there, on the halter top, flat chest, and that, and kicking. And those men were cracking these ladies' skulls in the Olympic Games. That lady got hit one time, bow. She said, "You know what? I'm done. I ain't fighting no more. This is a dude." And so she's like, I know a Clarissa Shields punched in the face. I know her punch than a Rocky Balboa punch. And she's like, oh, hell no, this is not Clarissa Shields. And so she's like, no, I'm not going to continue. So even that example, people didn't really jump on it. And so here we are. And things are going right. The new president came in and he said, no, it'll be only two genders, man and woman. Right on. And then he signed executive order saying there will be no men in women's sports. Right on. Because if it were not for these white women like Tulsi Gabbard, and conservative white women actually talking about this, these guys will still be whooping your daughter's asses, out swimming them there. And it's just a shame that liberal and Democratic women had nothing to say about this. There's something wrong with people in this party. There's something wrong with you. Y'all are so anti-Bible. You're so anti-God. My God. And anti-nature. Y'all just let anything go. I don't understand. Somebody got to explain to me now. What is wrong with you people? And so, even though conservatives and Republicans don't hardly get shit right, but when it comes to particular behaviors, they lead the charge. We want a man and a woman in the house. The man leads the house. Shit. Liberal women, they push these gay dudes, and they want mommy and daddy, all this kind of shit. Don't say a word. And then they wonder why their sons don't bring home any grandkids, and their daughters don't want to have kids, and she out here going to the prom with girls. That's shocking to them for some reason. But y'all promote this, Democrats. And the silence of black women, the silence of, oh my God, and black Democratic women, it is something. But yet, y'all want us to concentrate on what Trump is doing. Huh. So anyway, Simone Biles, I'm telling you, I love her more than cook food. Meaning, she is America's darling. She is our Olympiad. Simone Biles. Smile that lights up the room. And you know, me and so many other, all America was just so happy when she announced her engagement to that wonderful young man, Jonathan. Wonderful, wonderful young man. And so I don't have anything bad to say about Simone Biles. I worship the ground that young woman flips on and tumbles on. However, I'm disappointed, you know, in her latest stance. But then again, I'm disappointed, but I still love her. And she's still going to be the greatest, the GOAT, or the greatest of all time when it comes to Olympics. Gymnastics, she is the standard. Because those flips were so rough, they had to create new rules to keep people from doing them triple, double, quadruple somersaults in midair. They created new rules. It's like this black girl who did this flip on the mat years ago. They disqualified her. Said that damn flip was too funky. Y'all go and Google that sister. That was just cheated out of that win. I tell you, boy. Simone Biles set the standard. And you know, she came after this young woman, white girl. She came after us like Simone Biles. Really, young sister? Really, baby? You standing up for trans dudes? That's where your politics lie? If you hold on a minute, yeah. You don't get involved in politics, that's the way you get involved in. You're not standing up for women and girls, you're standing up for dudes with bearded dudes that wear wigs. Come on, sweetheart. You better than that. And I know if you read the story, I guess what motivated or compelled Simone to go after Riley Gaines is she said, well, she referred to her as a loser. And then, of course, the media went in her background and said, hell yeah, when she competed, she came in 5th place. So you saying if a man wasn't in the race, she was going to get hired in 5th place? Oh, I read everything. Man, shots fired. Damn. But what the hell's that got to do with anything, Simone? Simone's, and I'm not done yet. Let's go back. The young lady, this is where Simone Biles referred to Riley Gaines as being a bully. Damn, I'm gonna have to look at the card, but look at the article again. But I hope I get it right. But y'all will read and y'all will correct me what it is. Riley Gaines recently put up a picture on her in her social media, and it was a picture of the girls' track team, and she pointed out, "Hey, that's a man, baby. Yeah." That's a man, baby. It was a track team or basketball team, one of them. And Riley Gaines pointed out, hey, that's a man, baby. Yeah. And so Simone Biles took issue with that. Simone Biles, are you for women? Well, wait a minute. Let me do that. Hold on. Don't answer that, sweetheart. Simone said, well, instead of bullying them, why don't you create a space that's inclusive? But Simone, if you've been kind of keeping up, people have always suggested, how about creating a separate league for trans people to participate in? So that wasn't an original suggestion. People have always said that, Simone. Damn. Why don't they play in their own sports against each other? Because I look at trans dudes who try to be women, these are just guys who are failures at being men. See, it's tough out here to be a man. Especially these days, you can't have an opinion. You can't walk and hold your dick when you want to. You can't spit on the ground. You can't talk like a man. Everything is toxic and misogynistic. I understand. But real men don't give a damn about all those little adjectives. We gonna still do us. But the weak ones, shout out to Bruce Jenner, couldn't hold it, couldn't keep it up as being a man, baby. So he turned into a woman. Turned himself surgically and psychologically into a woman. Allegedly, reported, something I heard. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of these men today are too weak to be men. Too weak to be a man. So you go over there and get all in women's spaces. So Simone, really, sweetheart, there's so many things that happen in the black community in America that we could have really used your voice and your huge platform. But I understand, you kind of took the easy route. Because see, when you do that, you get a whole lot of liberals, a whole lot of white folks, a whole lot of black folks who love Democratic Party. You get a lot of them on your side. I know, don't nobody like to be on the side of right because the side of right is wrong these days. Did y'all know that? Your Bible said so. In the last days, things that be right will be viewed as wrong, and wrong will be viewed as right. And a lot of people ain't ready for that. I've been ready since I was 7 years old. So Simone, you know, you made your point. Unfortunate, but I wish you use your platform. You know, there's so many sisters. If you're gonna, well, hell, well, damn, there's so many people who look like you that could really use your voice, Simone. But then, well, a lot of black celebrities don't stand up for black folks anyway, unless there's I guess a cop involved or Republican involved or something. They don't really have nothing to say other than that they staunch Democrats. The 2024 election taught me that. Like, damn, look at all these black celebrities accepting their money to try to bury the black community with that non-candidate. So anyway, I'm just disappointed, but you know, I still love you. I swear I do, Simone. If I were to see you in person, I'll still to ask you for a picture. If your husband are allowed, get a you know a brother sister hug from you, and tell your sister I said hey with her cute self. I hope she doesn't think like you politically though, cause phew, damn, that's a huge platform you got, sticking up for dudes who are too weak to be men. With all these issues, you could have picked one. Hell, you could be a spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Club. Just kept it all the way, you know, kept it neutral. It would have been cool. But you drew the line in the sand with a bunch of weak men who couldn't stand up to be men. And so they decide to become girls. It's your man, Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIST. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all so much. Those of you who have been rocking with me, I appreciate you. Peace, y'all.